To be honest, it's kind of an odd phrase, isn't it? To be honest. I always get a little suspicious when people say that to me. You know, Pete, to be perfectly honest, whoa, hold on. What do you mean? Have you been lying to me up to this point? Since when do we have to preface honesty? And to be honest, I find people from Chicago to be a little bit odd. Don't you? I mean, you know, when you live in Los Angeles, you meet people from all over the world. You could meet someone from Tampa, Austin, Portland, San Diego. You'd never notice it. But you meet someone from Chicago, I mean, it takes you about 2 minutes to figure it out. They really wear it on their sleeve. And they relate everything to Chicago. I mean, they can't go a minute without talking about Chicago. Oh, in Chicago, you know, Chicago, the Loop, Bears, Sears Tower, Ditka. It's great. These people are like drunken missionaries. And, you know, when you decide to leave Chicago, how does that work? Is there like a meeting? Do you have a going away party? And they say, gee, Pete, we're sorry to see you leave Chicago, but here's your Walter Payton jersey and your Michael Jordan plaque and your Cubs hat. And you make sure when you get out there and the rest of the world, you tell everyone about the great people of Chicago, okay? I mean, really, they relate everything to Chicago. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, you could be at the Sistine Chapel with a bunch of tourists and looking up at the ceiling at, you know, the most famous and glorious artwork ever done. You know, and there'd be Chicago guy standing there with his guts sticking out of his Cubs jersey. And be going, yeah, you call that a painting? You should see the art we got in Chicago. Chicago. Yeah, ask any bartender in Los Angeles about drunk Chicago guy. I'm sure they could tell you a few stories. It's always at closing time, you know. Last call. What? What do you mean last call? In Chicago, we can drink all night. Yeah. Chicago's the best city in the world. Yeah, what does it say about the quality of your city when 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning is not sufficient for you to get all the alcohol into your body that you require to be happy? I mean, how great can your city really be? Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Chicago's the greatest city in the world. I notice you don't live there anymore.